God first. Peanut butter pie. That's something I wanted to start off with chatting about. I feel like it's not a super ultra common pie that people go for, but it is absolutely fantastic. I also love apple pie. I love cherry pie too. I love bumbleberry pie. Pumpkin pie can be pretty good sometimes. It depends on how it's made. Also, other foods that I'm into, I like this thing that's kind of like a cheese Danish. I like stuff like that. For actual healthy foods, I think a healthy salad, that's nice to try. It's something simple, and you know, it's not one of those where you have to wait for it in the air fryer, because in the air fryer, you do have to wait a little bit. I am someone that loves just making a yogurt bowl, and that's another thing too. On that note, I do love to make a yogurt bowl. I love putting yogurt in a bowl and then adding peanut butter and then granola and then some fruit, and then I could eat it. Or even just like, so I use the big tubs for the yogurt, not the super massive ones. Most of the time it's not those, but the ones where it's a medium sized one. So instead of a super tiny one. And what I do is I'll be like, okay, so I'm just going to put that into a specific bowl. I could just eat it by itself with a spoon, and then, okay, that's what I'm going to eat, you know? So that's pretty nice. Also, by the way, make sure you eat the other half the next day. I'm just going to say straight up, just eat it right away, honestly, because it does tend to go bad. It went bad multiple times within a few days. It would not last a week. So I just play it safe, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to eat it the next day. So there's that. That's some foods those are some foods that I'm into. Art. I think that art, so the artsy stuff is pretty cool, like graphic design, logos, that's fun. I think YouTube thumbnails, that's pretty sweet to see different thumbnails and be like, yo, like this is an awesome YouTube thumbnail. I like that. If there's a YouTube thumbnail and it's a jean jacket collection and then it has a whole bunch of jean jackets on the thumbnail, see, that's really impressive. Other art stuff that I'm into, painting. I did that for Thanksgiving. That's a fun craft to do. I started painting a gingerbread house, and the color white, when I used white paint, it came out where it was white and blue, like a sky blue. And I thought that actually looked pretty cool, in my opinion, seeing those two colors together. But it wasn't like mishmashed all over the place. It was where it was like, yo, this actually works. So there's that. Other art stuff, I think this is pretty cool. So writing stuff out, and then maybe it's on a certain subject. Like, let's say I write clothing pieces that are my favorites, and then I use a marker, and then next clothing piece, I use a different marker. So different colors or different pens, you know? So I use pens, actually. That's how I do that. That's another thing too that I'm into, is like having things color coded, and not even just color coded, but organized. So I guess that could be a different category, but I'm saying written out where it's easy to read, and it's like the words can be next to each other. So that way there is space for everything. But I guess talking about organizing, I think it's so cool having different channels for different subjects. This is a channel where it's a get to know me type of channel. Right now it is, at least. I have another channel that's men's fashion and personal style. So I talk about the clothing on there. Another thing, so I written down TV shows. So old school Disney Channel, that's fun. I like the 2000s. That's absolutely fantastic. 2000s and 90s is pretty fun. And then also I wrote down Christian hard rock. I've been really into Christian hard rock music. Christian metal is pretty cool. So I want to find some more Christian heavy metal songs to listen to. Leave some recommendations in the comment section below for that. Other music that's pretty sweet is Christian pop. Christian pop is pretty cool. I think that Christian dance can be pretty cool too. So stuff like that. There's a good mix of Christian music I am into. Drop a comment below if you can relate to any of the things that I'm into. Then drop a comment below and tell me what out of the things that I mentioned are your cup of tea. Bye.